Hello. Welcome to what may be a new series. I'm Elmeron. This is Battletech by Harebrained Studios. From quite a while ago. I backed this as a Kickstarter a long time ago, and played it a bit, off and on. But I haven't done the campaign all the way through. I haven't even done a career mode. I've done some skirmishes. It's a game I enjoy. It's a setting I enjoy. Opening cinematic. Pretty fun. It's basically an entire history of the universe up till the present time of the game. Humanity develops a way to instantly travel between star systems, settles out there, creates massive, empires spanning multiple planets and across multiple star systems, and forms the Star League, and then there's a civil war, and the Star League falls apart, and then they can't decide on a way to... There's like 5 major families, dynastic families, that claim to be the true heirs to the Star League, and it's been, centuries of fighting each other with giant stompy robots, as somebody I was watching recently called it. And that's the real reason we play this game, for the giant stompy robots. But Battletech has a long history. It's been around since the early 80s, 1980s. And I suppose if you're watching this far enough in the future, assuming the internet's still around then. And it's got a continuously ongoing story. I first found it in the mid-90s, first with the MechWarrior 2 video games, which were sort of first-person shooters where you were kind of in the cockpit, moving around. I heard somebody call it a first-person shooter. It's that style, it's first-person, and you are certainly shooting things, but it is not... It was a lot more complicated. Like, I needed pretty much the entire keyboard to play that game. You would struggle on modern console controllers to do everything that game had, I think. But yeah, that's the first time I saw it. I found the miniatures game. Is it miniatures? I think it was actually the novel series first. I found the novels. And I was like, oh, this looks like the MechWarrior thing, but it's called Battletech. And I was like, oh, it is the same thing. It's the same thing. And I read all the novels back in the day. I stopped reading them in the early 2000s because this is a setting that continuously progresses its time frame. So, like, I ended... This particular game is set in 3025. The Succession Wars era, essentially, and the Succession Wars are what they call the fights between those 5 great houses to decide who's the successor of the Star League. And the MechWarrior 2 game that I played was in 3050-ish, when spoilers, I guess, the clans invade, which are a group of basically extragalactic humans coming back. So during the Civil War, right after the Civil War that crumbled the Star League, the leader of the Star League military left. Just took everybody who wanted to come with him, most of the Star League Defense Force, and they set course and just left the galaxy. And a millennium later, their descendants come back, the clans, with extremely more potent technology than the Inner Sphere, which is these guys have, because the Succession Wars really, basically threw the galaxy into a dark age, and lost lots of technology lost, that sort of thing. And so the clans come back, and that's when those video games came to be. The clans come back trying to conquer the whole place themselves, and I read through about 3068, I think. Two of the houses had formed an alliance through marriage and sort of merged into one very large house, and then after the clan invasion was halted, and they had a civil war, and that's where I stopped, basically, because after that, FASA Corporation, who the company that originally made Battletech, went out of business, and it was sold off to WizKids, I think, had it next, and they did MechWarrior: The Dark Ages, where massive semi-religious wars happened and shattered basically everything that I knew about it, and I was like, that's too much for me, I'm out. But then, a decade after that, there was a Kickstarter, Harebrained Schemes, making Battletech, and it's kind of going back to the era that I'm most familiar with, and I was like, all right, I'm back in, sort of. So I backed the Kickstarter, I got the game, I've played it a little bit, and it's really fun. It's a relatively faithful adaptation of the tabletop rules, I think. I've never really played the tabletop game with the Battletech miniatures, although that's why I ended up doing miniatures gaming, was because of Battletech. And then my mom found Warhammer for Christmas because the hobby shop wanted us to spend all of our money, and so it's kind of just been a journey from there. But this was where it started for me. So yeah, I thought, like most things, I'm just kind of in the mood to play Battletech again, play this game in particular again, and I thought maybe I could record some of that. So I guess, let me see. I did a little bit of testing. There's not the audio. Let's see, I think if you can turn this up a little bit and turn the sound effects down a bit, and that's probably good. I did some testing, and the sound was decent, but I think the music's really subtle, from what I've heard, and the sound effects are not subtle. So I thought I could do a little bit of adjusting, and we'll see how that goes. So anyway, I'm going to do a campaign, because I've never finished the actual official campaign. And then there's the career mode, where you just kind of, it's less story focused, but it's progressing. You are in charge of a group, and you have to take contracts and stuff, similar to what we'll see in the campaign, but without, I think, the overarching story. And then there's skirmish, which is a single battle. All right, let's go. Campaign. Let's custom. Adjust difficulty settings to customize your play preference, or standard. I'm curious what I can do to customize the difficulty. Can only be modified at game start. When this is new mechs you acquire will not come with equipped weapons or components. I'm not doing Iron Man. Veterans seeking a significant... I'm not seeking a significant challenge. Skip the prologue. I don't actually want to do that in this time. This is... Oh, come on. This setting will cause any mechs disabled by the destruction of its center torso to be lost permanently, again, for a challenge. Later parts of the game, new mech warriors in the hiring hall will often have better stats. Contract payment, normal. Mech warrior progression, normal. Enemy force strength, normal. Yeah, okay. We'll just go with the default settings. Looks like these settings I can change. Oh, there's more. No rare salvage. No, I don't want that. The mech warriors that are incapacitated will always be killed. No, I don't want that either. So yeah, standard games. Standard game sounds good. I don't want to make it harder. If I start to have some trouble with it, so I do want to experience the story. That is the primary reason I want to do this. In this fashion, I might change some of the settings to make it a little bit easier on me, but we'll see. Let's go. The one thing about this game is it's pretty massive, and I'm on a brand new laptop, and it's still not, it's not immediate responses kind of thing, so. Are we doing the same thing again? If it's the same as what
I am Kamea of House Arano, High
not.
Lady of the Oregon Reach, Protector of Coromadir, and the Sword of Restoration. But I am not a hero, no matter what the stories say. A hero would have sacrificed more, compromised less. A hero would have done better. You know this, of course. You were there. My father used to tell me stories about the ancient times, about the Star League, a golden age of prosperity, upheld by the great mech warriors of old, guardians of the innocent, protectors of the peace. I always dreamed of following in their footsteps. I was too young to see the truth of things. After all, it wasn't heroism or a noble cause that won me the throne. It was hiring a mercenary, skilled enough, perhaps ruthless enough, to carry the day. Hiring you. I still don't know if you fought for honor or for the thrill of it, for belief in my cause, or just in my money. But whether it was your noble heart or mercenary mind, your actions gave us hope. That makes you a hero in the eyes of history. Whether you believe it, that's up to you.
Stirring speech. I frequently find myself emotional. It doesn't matter how cheesy the old graphics and stuff were. It always makes me a little emotional to watch these sorts of things. The Oregon Reach is a small kingdom in the Rimward Periphery, a region of space that lies at the outskirts of the more densely colonized Inner Sphere. It is home to the Oregon Coalition, a federation organized around a paramilitary monarchy and ruled by the Arano family. For 3 generations, under the rule of House Arano, the Oregon Coalition has remained a relatively peaceful corner of the periphery. It is here your story begins. Okay, decades ago, my family came to the Reach from the Draconis Combine, the Free Worlds League, the Federated Suns, the Lyran Commonwealth, the Confellan Confederation. Those are the 5 major houses. Alternatively, could be the Magistry of Canopus, the Taurian Concordat, the Rimward. These 2 are minor houses, bigger than a pirate gang, but nowhere near the size and power of any of these 5. The Rimward Periphery, the Deep Periphery. So, should I read through all this? It's not a lot. Mech warriors who hail from the Combine tend to be fierce, disciplined, and relentless fighters, no matter the odds they might face on the battlefield. Although the Draconis Combine is as ethnically diverse as any of the vast interstellar empires, it is also one of the most culturally homogeneous. Over centuries of rule, the founding House Kurita has succeeded in uniting the people of the Combine into a single culture, one heavily molded around medieval Japanese society. While some, most notably the descendants of the conquered Principality of Rasselhague, continue to chafe at the uniformity of Draconis society, overall this has created a more cohesive populace and military than seen in the other great houses of the Inner Sphere. Mech warriors who hail from the Free Worlds League tend to be passionate, enduring fighters who value justice and equality above all else. The oldest and theoretically most democratic of the great successor states of the Inner Sphere, the Free Worlds League is actually a broad coalition of many minor noble houses. For most of the League's history, it has been ruled under martial law by a captain general, who, by tradition, is from House Merrick. The cultural diversity and relative independence of its component regions are at once the greatest strength of the Free Worlds League and its greatest weakness. Mech warriors who hail from the Federated Suns tend to possess more finely honed skills and better equipment than their counterparts from other regions of space. They often see themselves as righteous warriors and champions of liberty, sometimes to a fault. Though nearly extinguished by the Draconis Combine in the First Succession War, the Federated Suns, a constitutional monarchy ruled by the renowned House Davion, has become arguably the most powerful of the 5 great successor states. Through skillful military campaigns and subtle diplomacy, House Davion has significantly increased the number of star systems under its control in the last 2 centuries. Mech warriors who hail from the Lyran Commonwealth tend to be hardy, well-equipped, and well-trained, though they have also earned a reputation for not being particularly strategic thinkers on the battlefield. Wealth is the greatest strength of the merchant princes of the Lyran Commonwealth, ruled by House Steiner. Despite a number of humiliating defeats in the first 2 succession wars, the Lyran Commonwealth has bounced back thanks to the combined strength of its economy, the biggest of the 5 great successor states, and its control of the Inner Sphere's largest functioning battle mech factories. What the Lyran Commonwealth may lack in military prowess, it makes up for in raw numbers and industrial scale. Mech warriors who hail from the Compelling Confederation are dedicated and steadfast combatants, capable of holding the line and often surprising those opponents who would make the mistake of underestimating them. The Compelling Confederation has suffered the most at the hands of the other successor states over the last 2 centuries of war, having lost nearly half of its territory it once controlled at the height of the Star League's rule. Over time, the leadership of House Liao has transformed the Capellan Confederation into a socialist police state, with a highly regulated economy. Most Capellans take great pride in their citizenship, which must be earned through service to the state. The Magistry of Canopus. Mech warriors who hail from the Magistry of Canopus can run the gamut of skill and fighting styles, but they often favor clever and unorthodox tactics on the field. While smaller than the great successor states of the Inner Sphere, the Magistry of Canopus is one of the major powers of the Rimward Periphery. The Magistracy is a matriarchal society led by a Magistrix. It is an elected position open to any woman but largely controlled by House Centrella due to the family's popularity. The Magistracy supports an open society that ensures the personal liberty of all citizens and their right to live their lives as they see fit. Mech warriors who hail from the Taurian Concordat tend to be stubborn and aggressive. They can be quick to anger, but they are nonetheless skilled and perceptive combatants. Founded as a constitutional monarchy under the leadership of House Calderon, the Taurian Concordat is the strongest military power of the Rimward Periphery. It is also one of the oldest surviving realms of human civilization, having been formed long before the creation of the Star League. Taurian citizens enjoy extensive freedoms guaranteed by the Concordat Charter, and take pride in defending those freedoms through compulsory service. The Taurian Concordat has long had an antagonistic relationship with the Inner Sphere, particularly with the Confederated Suns. There is no easy way to characterize mech warriors hailing from the Rimward Periphery. They can be anything from petty thugs to ruthless tacticians to skilled and honorable warriors. The nations and minor noble houses of the Rimward Periphery have long played a role in shaping humanity. The Star League's downfall began in the periphery, eventually leading to the current tattered state of these disparate star systems and the edge of known space. The periphery is still the galaxy's frontier, where the great houses of the Inner Sphere play deadly politics, petty bandit kingdoms thrive, and pirate bands prey on the minor noble houses trying to survive in this hostile environment. Mech warriors that hail from the deep periphery are rare, but even rarer is the mech warrior who will admit to such an origin. Beyond the outermost edges of the periphery lie depths of space that remain uncharted and unknown to most of human civilization. Little is known about these regions, but they are far from uninhabited. The deep periphery is littered with abandoned colonies and small outposts, isolated from the rest of humanity. After the fall of the Star League, General Alexander Kerensky led the remnants of the Star League Defense Force into the deep periphery, disappearing from the inner sphere and from recorded history. One of the interesting things about the setting is that there are no aliens. It's all humanity. Except for one very strange book that I remember, where people literally get lost, possibly even in a dimension. It was a weird one. That's the only time that aliens have shown up in the setting. So it's interesting when they're like, oh yeah, and then the Star League made all this military forces to keep order, and it's like, yeah, from themselves. There was no outside threat or anything that required that, so it's interesting. I think the Magistracy sounded the most interesting to me this time around, so I'm going to go with that. Though immigrants of the to the Oregon reach, your family soon established a comfortable presence in a small backwater system on the edge of Oregon space. By the time you were born, your family had become the de facto ruling nobility of the system's only inhabited planet. You were the oldest child, heir to the family's title and the ancestral battle mech, an old Blackjack BJ-1. This is where you met Raju Mastiff Montgomery, a veteran of the Succession Wars, whom your parents hired on for a season to train you as a mech warrior. Raju was a strict but capable teacher, and you quickly became a skilled pilot under his tutelage. It was an uneventful life. Until the day after your 16th birthday, when you were exiled. Once the promising young scion of your family, you committed an unforgivable transgression and were sentenced to life in exile. You stole away with the family's ancestral blackjack and set off to find a new life to call your own. More gunnery and tactics. Or you struck out on your own. As the heir to a noble family, you grew up wanting for nothing, and as it turns out, you couldn't stand the life of pampered nobility. Finally, one night you stole away with the family's ancestral blackjack and set off to find a new life to call your own. Or your family went bankrupt. As you grew older, you watched your family's fortune, income, and influence slowly dwindle away, until there was nothing left. Your parents, driven to despair, took their own lives. With nothing but your family's ancestral blackjack left to call your own, you set off to make a new life for yourself. Or your family died in an accident. The rest of your family died in a freak jump ship accident, after which you discovered that they had left nothing behind but piles of debt. It does. Jump ships are space-going vessels capable of fast and light travel using massive Kearney-Fushida drives to instantaneously jump from one planetary system to another. Typical civilian jump ship designs dedicate 95% of their mass to the KF drive and a solar energy collection system to power it, leaving little room for conventional engines. Consequently, these ships are only seen at jump points beyond each star's gravitational proximity limit. Commercial interstellar travel involves riding a dropship from the planet to the jump point, docking the dropship to a jump ship for transit to a new system, and then riding the dropship back down to the destination planet. There was a image in that opening cinematic of a jump ship getting blown up, which is, at this point, basically a war crime. The Inner Sphere has lost the means to make new jump ships, so every jump ship is basically sacred, because without them you can't get around. Or your family was betrayed. Your family was betrayed at its seat of power and destroyed. You defeated the betrayers, but you were the sole surviving member of your house. With nothing but your family's ancestral blackjack left to call your own, you set off to make a new life for yourself. I'm going to go you struck out on your own because I don't feel like being depressed. Out on your life, you fell into the life of a Oregon Coalition soldier. Unsure of your prospects, you traveled to Koromodir, the capital of the Oregon Coalition, and enlisted in the Coalition military. You quickly rose through the ranks, distinguishing yourself as a reliable mech warrior. Life as a soldier wasn't glamorous, but it suited you just fine. Or a frontier pirate. Tired of living under the authority of others, you fell in with a local pirate gang in the Rimward periphery. It was an unruly crew, but an effective one. Roaming the periphery afforded your outfit with a steady supply of poorly defended merchant caravans and supply depots to prey upon. While raids did occasionally devolve into combat, you quickly learned that successful piracy is mostly about being in the right place at the right time, with the right threats and a good show of force. Or Solaris Gladiator. You took your skills as a mech warrior to the famed arena planet of Solaris 7. There you eked out a living as a gladiator, fighting for the crowd in minor arenas, getting by from paycheck to paycheck. Solaris 7 is famous for its battle mech gladiatorial fights. Known as the Solaris Games, these fights are broadcast throughout the Innosphere and the periphery, where fans eagerly follow the careers of their favorite mech warriors. Also, frequently they die. The gladiators. I know this from reading all the books. Or Innosphere Mercenary. Eager to get away from it all, you joined up with a minor Innosphere mercenary unit. Integrating into the tight-knit crew took time, but you eventually proved your worth and became part of the family. Or Frontier Freelancer. You roamed the Rimworld periphery as a freelancer, signing on for whatever odd contracts you could find as a mech warrior for hire. It was a solitary life, but as you became more comfortable with the itinerant lifestyle, you found you were able to make a decent living helping the people of the frontier. Or a Merchant Guard. You signed on as a guard for a traditional trading guild, providing security as the guild's caravan made trading runs between the Innosphere and the periphery. It was a largely uneventful life, but you were able to put your mech warrior skills to good use in the occasional scuffle with pirates and uncooperative local governments. So I'd be tempted with Innosphere Mercenary. It would fit the plot that I know is coming. But I think we can go with this. I kind of want the piloting. Until years later, you crossed paths with Raju Mastiff Montgomery once again. While escorting a supply caravan to a small outpost on the outskirts of the Oregon Reach, you were set upon by pirates and left for dead. Raju happened to be visiting the capital city and picked up your distress call. Upon rescuing you, he offered you a job in the House Arano Royal Guard. So it is that you find yourself reunited with your old mentor, preparing your ancestral blackjack for guard duty on the coronation day of the Lady Kamea Arano. Apologies if I'm getting some pronunciations wrong, even though I literally just heard her say them. I'm doing my best, I guess. Also, this is a lot of reading. Okay, now I get to make my character. This is one of the first times that I saw a game include the they pronoun as an option, which I just love. Let's see, random call sign. No, goodless. Jeez, nope. No, none of these sound good. You know what? I'm gonna go with the title that I currently have in Final Fantasy 14. That sounds different. I guess maybe what I should do is find a portrait I like. I'm doing this on the channel. Maybe I should kind of be myself. I've done different characters before. I love the variety that they give you. I mean, I guess there's a lot of scars and stuff, but to be fair, you're supposed to be a soldier. But there's a lot of different skin tones. You can have different colored hair. You can have different hairstyles. You can bring in your own portrait. Yeah, alright, so we'll just go with my standard Elmeron. Gives me my background. I have 4 piloting, only 2 gunnery, so I'm not a good shot, but I'm pretty good at keeping the mech on its feet. 3 tactics. It reduces penalty for indirect fire, improves the minimum range of weaponry, and guts is penalty from recoil and heat. We'll find out more about that as we go. This will do. We'll go with this. The High Lord Tamati Arano II is dead. The Oregon Reach is left in an uncertain crossroads. Once prosperous, it is now a kingdom in decline, surrounded by powerful neighbors. Lord Santiago Espinosa, brother-in-law to the late High Lord, is convinced that the slow-moving Council of Founding Houses must be dissolved. His proposed directive would conscript their house guard and centralize power under a single throne. However, the High Lord's heir, the noble Lady Kamea Arano, is determined to rebuild the Reach without transforming it into an authoritarian state. She refuses to enact her uncle's directive and has rebuked his vehement pleas to reconsider. On the morning of Lady Arano's ascension to the throne, her loyal captain of the guard, Raju Mastiff Montgomery, makes preparations to escort her safely to the coronation procession that awaits at Cordia City. Coronation Day, Arano Summer Palace, 8:53 local time. Alright, here we go.
Command interface initiated.
Move the mouse to the edge of the screen or use WASD to move the camera. Use the right mouse button, or Q and E, to rotate the camera. Okay, Skysinger, I had the Espinosa refit yards rush the repairs on your blackjack. Looks like it's all in one piece, but we should run some diagnostics on it just to be sure. Standard field tests, you know the drill. More importantly, though, I want to tell you more about the job I brought you out here to do. Now do me a favor and get that battle mech moving. Let's see if there are any kinks in the actuators. Alright, click on MechWarrior's portrait or click tab to cycle.
Right out and say it, kid. I wasn't completely honest with you the other day. There's gonna be more to this job than escort duty.
Sure, of course. Alright, so move your mouse to the indicated point. Click once to select where you wish to move. Click again to choose the orientation, the direction in which to face. I brought you here because there's something wrong in the capital. It's been too quiet since High Lord Tamati's funeral, and I'm worried about Lady Kamea's safety during her coronation procession. Anyway, looks like your actuators check out. Let's conduct a weapons test. Target one of those burnt-out old urban mechs and open fire. Oh, poor urban mechs.
Like I was saying, I can't prove anything. But my gut tells me something's off. And Warrior trusts their instincts.
Urban mechs, kind of the punching bag of the player base, I guess. They're generally not well regarded, which is why it's very amusing that Catalyst Game Labs, the game company that's currently making the board game, which apparently has not actually updated its rules almost at all since it was started, it has like a massive battalion of urban mechs you can buy. It feels like a joke.
All weapons limited. Enemy mech destroyed.
Good shot. Your guns are in working order, at least. Now we've got more target dummies. We've got another urban mech. We've got some kind of a tank. And we've got a panther, which is also a mech. Oh, zoomed in too far. Here we go. There's the panther. It's a tank of some kind. I'm not as familiar with the ground vehicles in the universe. And there's the other urban mech. Poor thing. The enemy's taking a long time on their turn for target dummies. Is everything okay out there? I feel like everything might not be okay. Alternatively, did my game crash? Goodness, I hope not. I was just playing it earlier, just test it out, and it worked fine. This is very strange. It's literally the introductory mission. I should not be having trouble with it, I would think. Okay, that's the limit of the map. It's not a big map. Let's try this. Let's restart the mission. It's not like I've done much. Just to see. That felt like it was going way too long. Right? It's not just me. I felt like it was going way too long. It should not take that long for a tutorial mission to move to my next turn. Alright, let's try it again.
Command interface initiated.
Alright. Move it around until it's satisfied. Rotate the camera until it's satisfied. And pick my person.
I'll come right out and say it.
Move forward.
I wasn't completely
I listened to you last time. You're fine.
There's gonna be more to this job than
And then I'm gonna shoot
saying. I can't prove
a
anything.
different one just for fun. Yeah, I really don't need to unload all of my weapons into it, I guess, but it is what it is.
Destroyed.
Alright, guns are in working order. Back to where we were. Enemy turn. This is a shame. I really wanted to play through the tutorial. There's like storyline here. I wonder if it's a bug. I'm gonna stop recording for now, and I'll I guess I'll start again if this ever resolves.
Mech destroyed.
All right, so I quit and restarted the game. I looked it up. This is apparently a known thing where the game will just bug out and will never give you the control back. So I'm hoping restarting the game might help, because it seems to run fine. And like I said, I played a skirmish to test out the sound settings and everything, and it was working fine there. It just doesn't seem to want to let me do this thing in the tutorial here. Yes. Maybe it's confused because there's no actual enemies. Maybe that's the trouble. The problem is, I don't know if there's any active support for this game right now. I'm not even sure if Harebrained Studios is still around officially as a thing. There hasn't been an official update or anything in 2 or 3 years at this point. At least not on Steam, which is where I'm playing this through. So, yeah. Nope. It's still paused. Still not working properly. Okay, well, So here's the other option. Let's go ahead and do a new campaign. I didn't change any difficulty settings. And no. Yeah. So actually what I want to do, not that. This is a custom campaign. And I want to skip the prologue. Okay. We've seen a little bit of the prologue. tiny bit. You walk forward, you shoot an urban mech, and then you get magically teleported into the future. No? Okay, well, let's see if this works. Alright, I did Magistracy. I did Struck Out on My Own. And then I did Merchant Guard for piloting. Do I want more gunnery instead? Yeah. This is what I went with, so let's just go with it. And then I was going to be a he. I was going to be Sky Singer, Mayron, Sienna, and I found something that looks vaguely like me. Perhaps more like me than I'd like. Okay. On the day of Lady Arano's ascension to the throne, her uncle, Lord Espinosa, and his daughter Victoria launched a desperate coup. Through surprise, sabotage, and strength in numbers, their forces quickly secured the capital and solidify control over the Oregon government. With help from you and your old mentor, Mastiff Montgomery, Lady Kamea, along with her close friend and advisor, Alexander Madeira, attempt an escape. Mastiff sacrifices himself to cover their exit, but their dropship is destroyed during the attempt. In the aftermath of the battle, you and your mech were recovered by Darius Oliveira, the executive officer of a small mercenary company in need of a new commander. 3 years later. So that's all much more emotional and impactful if you get to play through the freaking prologue and actually see it happen, which I have done. So I knew it was coming. But if it freezes up on the first turn in this, I'm gonna scrap this project, and you will never see this. So there's that. I'll just try to play it on my own time again.
Command interface initiated.
The Independent Prospectors League thanks you for your assistance, Commander. We're miners, not soldiers. We can't fight these bastards off on our own. That's what you're paying us for. Don't worry, we'll get your platforms back. This isn't just about reclaiming what's ours. Majesty Metals killed hundreds of us when they tried to jump our claim. We want you to make them bleed for what they've done here. Commander, the OPFOR is holding 2 of the IPL's mining platforms. The first, designated Alpha, is where they're keeping their turret generator. Move in fast and take it out. Those turrets hit hard, so you'll want to neutralize them ASAP. Platform Bravo is the site of the OPFOR's corporate security tower. Engage and destroy it. If they bring in a mech to protect it, take that out too. Then circle on back and we'll collect our pay. That's right, I'm ready and waiting to authorize the transfer. Now go on, Commander. Hit those corporate pigs where it hurts. We'll be watching the action from here. Lances resolve. The blue bar next to your pilots increases in each round of combat. When it is half full, your pilots will be inspired, +1 accuracy. So that's that. So right now I don't see any enemies, which means my people are basically in free movement mode. We default to sprinting, although we can jump around with jump jets if our mechs have jump jets. Mine does. You can tell because I can jump. We have Glitch in a Vindicator. We have Behemoth in a Shadowhawk. And we have Decker in a Spider. The Spider, let's take a look at these. The Spider is a very small mech, but also very, very fast. The Vindicator is much slower. It's a medium-sized, what they call medium mech. I think it's 45 tons. Similar to the Blackjack that I'm riding in is also a medium. Goodness, a little too. Need to have less fine control, I guess. Less sensitivity. That's the word on the zoom. So the Blackjack's also a medium mech, and the Shadowhawk is a medium mech. I think the Shadowhawk might be the heaviest of them. I think that's 55. The Spider is like 20 tons, a light mech. Definitely our scout. I think there's like an achievement for keeping Decker alive through the whole campaign. It sounds like most people tend to get him killed. Poor guy.
Got it.
I followed one of the developers on Twitter for a while. And keep an eye on that roadway. Don't want to go that way. I don't want to alert them yet. I want to make sure they don't. I don't want them to know I'm coming, basically. I think all of my mechs can jump, which is good. Okay, here's the test. I guess it's not really. Well, okay, my turn. Round 2. There we go. That's a good sign. I think what I want to do is come around this way. So...
Receiving you.
The Spider has, like, all of the jump jets. It has 8, you can see down here. Jump jet's 8, so it has massive range when it jumps. He could go all the way up here. I'm not going to do that, because the enemy would see him. But I am going to go here-ish.
Roger that.
Enemy contact.
You are trespassing on Majesty Metals and manufacturing property and acting in collusion with a domestic terrorist organization. Cease your advance immediately, or you will be fired upon.
Uh-huh. Displays. The total armor and internal structure of a unit is displayed on its status bar. Hovering over an armor section on the mech readout reveals its specific status level, along with the components it contains. While white bars on the mech's readout are armor, when a section's armor is depleted, its internal structure is exposed. Internal structure. Orange bars on the mech readout. Internal structure damage risks a critical hit and the loss of components. When a section of internal structure is destroyed, its components are destroyed too. An attack angle. Depending on your angle of attack, only certain sections of a mech can be hit. Focus your fire on the same area over multiple attacks to maximize damage. Shooting the rear arc of a mech ignores its guarded and cover states. Battle mech armor is notoriously weaker in the rear. The ring around the targeted unit glows red to indicate the arc of the attack. The flashing line in the targeting computer at the top of the screen shows which sections are targeted. So anyway, we know that I can see there are 2 mechs and there's 2 turrets. And what I'm going for is this generator, which will shut these turrets down without me having to blow them up. And if I can do it fast enough. Alright, come on, glitch.
On my way.
And Behemoth. Kind of gone the wrong way with you two. I was going up there instead of coming down and around, so we'll just run. We'll be okay. I can be patient. I'll hold off a turn. Oh, one of their mechs is coming my way. And now they're close enough that we're in initiative order. So generally light mechs go before medium mechs, before heavy mechs, before assault mechs. I haven't played this game far enough to see a single assault mech, which are the heaviest mechs, 80 to 100 tons. I have seen some heavy mechs.
Yes,
60 to 75, so I don't want you in range of their stuff. So, where you're going to reserve your turn. So we're just going to hold off until after they go so I know where they are. Oh, I think turrets go last.
Waiting for orders. Good to go.
Well, Glitch, you've got more armor than Decker does. Let's see what we're looking at.
Taking the high road.
We are looking at the light sniper turret, which has autocannons, I think. Another light sniper turret. Yeah, autocannons and some machine guns. Autocannons are like giant machine guns, I guess. They're pretty these AC2s don't dish out a lot of damage, but they have longer range. Machine guns are very close range and also don't dish out a lot of damage. Machine guns are mostly anti-infantry guns, which we won't really see infantry in this game. But that's okay. What I'm actually aiming for is the generator. And Glitch in the Vindicator has a particle projection cannon, the PPC, which has a really long range and does a lot of damage, and long-range missiles, or LRMs. Can launch 5 of them, which are less damage, but can be indirect. So if I have eyes, like if Decker is scouting and can see the enemy, Glitch can shoot LRMs over obstacles. That being said, the generator isn't a moving target, so
Receiving you.
alright, just move forward a bit. The Shadowhawk also has some LRMs, I think, so that's why I can get the red targeting lines over the mountain. Yeah, another LRM-5. And myself, I don't have any LRMs. So really what I want to do is just move closer. I will probably use the Blackjack as more of a sniper to try to directly target the enemy mechs.
Waiting for orders.
I just, if you move out there, Decker, they are just going to destroy you. I wonder if I could. Let's go there. Well, so the forest reduces movement and spotting distance, but provides cover, damage reduction against ranged attacks, and the nice. So all those little slashes next to the word jump there, those are evasion pips, and he's much harder to hit. The more of those you have, the harder you are to hit, because it's basically like you moved a long ways. Technically, it's all happening at once. Alright, brace. You're in the trees. You're braced.
I've been sensor locked.
Yeah, you sure have. Ow. Alright, that was one turret. And the other turret. Ow. That's okay. You should be okay, Glitch. You've got armor, remember. Oh god. Where are those missiles coming from? I didn't see that turret. There's a missile turret.
You got nothing, you hear me?
Okay. My turn.
Commander?
Alright, we're going to try to get you in cinematically. You can't quite kill it, but Hopefully it'll be enough and Glitch can finish it off. And just don't take too much damage from whatever this is. A commando, great. Oh, you're punching me. Ah, jeez, my armor. The spider has basically no armor. And the other one is... So commandos are 25 tons? Oh, and they have a spider too. Oh, hi. You're coming after me. Is the spider 20 or 30? I can't remember.
Standing by. What can I do for you?
So Glitch can do multi-target. The enemy turret generator has... Come on. Alright.
Waiting for orders.
You want to show me... Oh, I can get medium lasers on that thing. Oh no, that was the turret itself. 22 hit points left. So even if all 5 long-range missiles hit, that's only 20 damage. It wouldn't blow it up. So I do need the PPC to hit it. Alright, may as well take the shot.
Firing on target.
Enemy turrets are down.
Target destroyed. What's up, boss?
Alright, now, little enemy spider. I feel like you are in a bad position. Because I can get behind you. And now you do have a lot of evasion pips, so my shots aren't going to hit, are less likely to hit. Try precision shot. Yeah, much better. Let's shoot at your... It doesn't really matter. I don't need you to, I just need you to die. Alright, and Behemoth, can you get behind it too? Pretty close.
Here we go.
Alright, don't bother with the LRM or the autocannon, but the medium laser and the SRM-2, take a shot. I feel like the graphics are a little bit off right now.
Receiving you.
Just feels like the mechs are crouching when they shouldn't be. Okay, so the commando... Alright, so here's the trouble. I've been jumping a lot. And so you see this red bar? That's his heat. If it goes above this line, he risks shutting down. So we're not going to jump. Although that exposes his back armor. I think this is good enough. And then can I... Nope, still can't because he's sprinting too far. So let's come all the way back down into the gulch here. Cool off a little bit. And then you can come back and... see, like it's crouching. It should be standing upright. I don't know what's going on with that. Yep, that's the thing you just did.
I'm taking a pounding, Commander.
I know, I'm sorry, Glitch.
Commander?
So I could jump on it. It's called a death from above attack. But your leg armor takes a lot of damage if you do, so I'm not going to. And really not a lot of point shooting those, and they're pretty hot. This will drop your heat a little bit, even if firing 2 lasers, so go for it. Alright, blew off its entire right torso and arm, injured its pilot.
Orders. Position confirmed.
And, so, let's see. Really? Just doesn't want to go down, huh? Well, the thing is, my autocannons are in range now, and you have almost no armor left. That'll really overheat me, though. Let's take off... Alright, let's take off... We'll just fire 2 medium lasers, see how it goes. Only 1 hit. Oh. Okay. Enemy dropship coming in. Oh, there's a Shadowhawk now. The commando's coming around the side. Alright, the enemy has a Shadowhawk, which is just amazing. So... let's see. It is showing its back to me. Low chance to hit because it's braced and has a fair amount of evasion. But it's good shot. Oh man. Yeah.
Damage minimal.
The computer talks because the player character doesn't actually get a voice.
Waiting for orders.
So now I'm close enough I can just walk over and punch him, or kick him, or whatever you're about to do. And it's dead. Goodbye, spider. Sure, shoot the small laser just to pile on the injury. Good job, Glitch. Here comes the enemy Shadowhawk is moving.
Yes, Commander. Acknowledged.
So I kind of want to take this commando out quickly. Let's do precision strike. Better accuracy. Aim towards its center torso. Ooh, injured pilot. They might have something else. Can you get anywhere near? You can't. Okay. So, let's see. There's something down there, and that's the target. So let's. What should I do? I'm gonna come down from here, turn to face the other way, and let my heat bleed off a little bit. Just brace. Oh hey, now you're telling me about heat. Heat is built up by firing weapons or other effects This is shown by the red bar on the mech's readout. Heat buildup can cause internal structure damage and can shut down a mech at higher levels. Shutdown mechs are highly vulnerable to enemy targeting systems. To reduce heat buildup, click the dot next to the weapon in the weapons panel to toggle it off. I've played the game before, so I know all this. Standing in water or other cooling terrain also helps reduce heat. Certain weapons like LRMs cause stability damage to a mech. Oh, stability. So you can make them unstable. Unstable mechs lose guarded, can't sprint, may even be knocked down. Falling injures the mech warrior and temporarily sets them on back a step in the initiative order. They also have to spend a turn standing up. Sure. Punch it. Ah. You missed. Decker, you're not supposed to miss. Yeah, sorry, Decker. See, if you hadn't missed...
Good to go. Affirmative.
Just, walk backwards a little bit. It's fine. There. See, Decker? That's how it's done.
Enemy down.
Honestly, I probably should have moved him and used his medium lasers, but wasn't paying enough attention.
Good to go.
Alright. Let's get you back up top. Yeah, there's definitely at least two things moving at the same initiative here.
Enemy detected.
I don't want to go too far until the rest of the landscape catches up.
Engaging coolant system.
Waiting for orders.
At least both of your lasers are in your center torso, so you're not unarmed. But you are significantly weaker than you had been, so we're just going to keep you back a little bit. Okay, glitch. Let's get over here. Our heat will be under control by the time the enemy reaches us, or we reach the enemy. That won't be a problem. What are they? Oh, is that a tank? Might have a tank.
Orders. On it.
Okay. And Decker,
Good to go.
we're still going to run you slow, or, well, run, but you're going to be
Roger that.
staying in the back a little bit.
Standing by.
Alright, so the mech is there. Looks like there's a vehicle of some kind. Let's try to... Looks like it's coming up the slope this way. So let's try to catch it in a pincer. We'll put Behemoth over here. Brace.
Good to go. Printing.
Get in position. See, that gives me line of sight to it, and I don't really want line of sight to it just yet, because that means it can see me. Alright. Actually, no, we're just going to hold you back. See what they do. You might be able to deal with that tank, or whatever it is. There's the Shadowhawk. Hi, Shadowhawk. Nice. You missed me. Because I'm like half in the air, because the graphics are doing weird things. Okay. No, let's move Behemoth. Let's see, where you can go there. Can you just walk? You can just walk there. Alright. So, not so much of a pincer, but take the shot. Nice shot. Alright. I want to see.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, it's kind of slowly coming up the hill. Alright, try not to get killed here, Decker. Yep, there's another blip. Is that another vehicle? Probably not. They usually come in at least pairs.
Commander?
Alright, I want to try to shoot it on the same side that Behemoth just did. Ah, I got its leg. Can I call a precision shot on your leg? Go for it. Ah, you missed with the PPC. That would have been good damage. Hi there. I'm here too. Nah, why not? Right? 50% chance is still a 50% chance. Can I also try for your leg? Not a good chance, but...
All weapons committed.
Nah. Worth a shot.
Receiving you.
Okay, again, I'm going to reserve you
Waiting for my opening.
until this thing comes around the corner. It's a Scorpion. So that's a tank with autocannons, looks like.
Warning. Armor low.
Ready for orders. Good to go.
Alright, full volley.
Firing on target.
Got the leg.
Critical hit.
probably another scorpion.
Receiving you.
Go kick it while it's down.
Engaging.
Alright, I automatically get a called shot when they're down. Alright, let's go for the wounded torso. Nah. I was hoping something else would explode.
On my way.
Keep the rock between you and the scorpion there, especially with your injured side.
All weapons on go.
Alright, Shadowhawk's down. Blew up the center torso.
Destroyed.
Something is firing missiles at me, and I can't see what it is. Okay, so that happened.
Commander.
Alright, get out of the way.
On the move. Full speed.
Hi. Yeah. Okay.
Commander?
Alright, so yeah, second scorpion. Yeah, just take the shot. Yeah, vehicles don't tend to stand up very long against full-on battle mechs.
That's a vehicle kill. What's up, boss? On the move.
Walk backwards a little bit until you can see this thing. Let's try to repeat the thing. Yeah, not as good. The autocannon missed. That would have helped.
Engaging target.
Yeah. Oh, good. There it is. It's like, did I miss? No, I got it.
Destroyed.
Okay. Exiting combat. No more enemy combat units.
Commander?
So it's just a matter of blowing up their building.
On my way.
Engaging jump jets.
Moving to position.
Coordinates received.
Okay.
Ready for orders.
Let's jump down there and start shooting. It's a building, it's not going anywhere. How did you miss? I know, you were moving.
Engaging target.
Great job.
There we go, much better.
Double back to our client's platform. The sooner we can collect our pay and break orbit, the better.
Okay, now we have to leave. Yeah, we've figured out resolve, I think. And for absolutely no reason at all, Decker, you go this way.
Heading out.
Absolutely nothing to do with the fact that I've played this before and I know what's about to happen.
What's up, boss?
Here, you can take it.
Coordinates received.
Roger that. Digging in.
You guys gonna wait till we all get in here, or is it just me? I love that you just walk over their buildings.
Got it. Affirmative.
I copy.
Alright, they might make me go all the way in.
Waiting for orders. On my way.
Yes, Commander. On my way.
Yeah. Brilliant work, Commander. We should have no trouble mopping up all the other platforms now that their defenses are down. We get the job done. Speaking of which, I wasn't finished. These platforms won't do us much good if we can't hold them. Majesty Metals taught us that. So we're going to need your battle mechs. You're going to want to reconsider that. Why? Your lance has already been target locked by our turrets. Now power down and surrender, or we'll let you walk. Or try to fight and we'll tear you to shreds. Your call. Well, there goes our goddamn payday. Hold tight, Commander. We're on our way.
Engaging jump jets.
Okay, so it's not letting me attack this turn. That's okay. Oh, they have some vehicles.
Lifting off.
Alright, entering combat.
Standing by.
I actually don't want you anywhere near this fight, Decker, because I want you to live.
Copy that.
Yep, there's a scorpion.
Damage is light. Commander?
Alright, glitch. There's another vehicle back there.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, that thing you said about your turrets locking me onto me. What was that again? Oh, hi, Galleon. Gonna shoot my rear armor, huh? Yeah. Not great.
You can see daylight through my armor.
Engaging target.
But I don't want their turrets shooting me too, so goodbye, turrets.
Target building.
I just step on things.
One more trashy.
And a striker. That's got some LRMs or SRMs? Missiles in any case. That's your own building, dude. What are you doing? Yeah, you got my rear armor, but Shadowhawk's got a lot of it, so... Yep. Now, if you had been smart, you would have shot Glitch again in the back, because you had a chance. Fortunately for me,
Yes, Commander.
you're not smart.
Engaging.
It's almost unfair.
Down.
I'd feel worse about it if they hadn't just tried to,
Waiting for orders.
kill me.
Coordinates received.
Instead of pay me for the job I did. Small lasers automatically fire when you do a melee attack.
Mover down.
Stand by for extraction, Commander. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh, and Darius. I know, Mayor, I know. You want another team meeting. Give the man a prize.
Mission successful.
Hooray! We succeeded. We didn't get paid. We lost the freaking arm on our spider. But we got no money. Even though we did everything we wanted to, we were supposed to do. Well done, Commander. You made the best of a bad situation. Here's hoping we don't run into another job like that one. Alright, Vindicator took some structure damage on the arm. The spider lost an entire side of its body. Glitch is our MVP as far as kills go, because she got all the kill shots. Except for Decker, who managed to take out that Shadowhawk. Fantastic. Rent to own, in orbit, Korean. When you need to find us better clients, Darius, I mean it. We've been slumming it on the ass end of the frontier for 3 years now, and we are drowning in debt. I'm fully aware of our financial situation, Meyer, but I can't just conjure up new clients out of thin air. Almiron, do me a solid and back me up on this. So I could say, is this why you all made me your commander, so I could break up fights and review financial reports? Or I could say, if we're really that hard up for cash, we need to stop talking and start doing something about it. Or, no thanks, Darius, I didn't take command of this outfit to settle arguments. I'm going to try to be practical. The second one. Hey, you'll hear no argument from me, our Chief Mech Tech, Yang. When we made you our commander, we all agreed to follow your lead. Darius, could you walk us through the details of this trouble we're in? It might help if you broke things down point by point. Sure thing, Yang. Point 1. Mayor's right. We're in debt. Every sea bill we make technically belongs to the banks. Point 2. This corner of the frontier is a dead zone for mercenary work. There are clients, but they're terrible. That's just a fact. And that's it. There's no other points. We're in a bad spot. What are we going to do about it? I don't see what else we can do, Almiron. I'm already serving up every legitimate contract I can find. Unless you want me to sidestep the Mercenary Review Board entirely, we're basically out of options. Go around the MRB? No thanks. Taking an uncertified job is a great way to wind up with a knife in your back. Yeah, we're already taking a lot of risks out here. I don't want to compound them unless I absolutely have to, even though we did just get betrayed by a board-certified contract. Amen to that. Remind me again why we don't just skip town and head to a nicer corner of the periphery. Because the banks and the jump ship crews have an arrangement. Until we pay up, they're going to keep us on a short leash. That's a good reason. Look, Darius, Mayer's right. We need to start earning some real money, and we need to do it soon. It's only a matter of time before something breaks down that I can't fix with duct tape and good intentions. Desperate times. At the end of the day, I'd rather go to fighting. I'm going to go with the origin one. If I were afraid of taking risks, I never would have left the gilded cage my parents called a home. We're going to have to be just as bold. You hear that, Darius? The voice of experience speaks. Going around the MRB might kill us, sure. So might 1,000 other things. We're mercenaries. Taking risks is our business. But we need to get paid. It's settled then. I'll start digging for contracts outside of the MRB system. Who knows? Maybe it'll work out for the best. It isn't like we've got all that much to lose. In the meantime, we need to find another paying job, and our prospects in this system have completely dried up. I'd recommend booking travel to a neighboring system and see what the review board has for us. With any luck, we'll find enough work to keep going until something better rolls in. The banks are holding our jump ship access hostage until we repay our debts. For now, we can only go between Korean and the nearby systems of Alloway, Bellerophon, and Detroit. Our top priority right now needs to be finding work so we can raise cash. None of the contracts here are very good. I picked out the only viable one I could find, and it helpfully includes our travel fees as part of the deal. Come by the command center when you're ready to review it. And now we're into the meat of the game. Poor Decker's out of action. Mech warriors in the barracks. Okay, good. So we do have another one to fill in the gap. Medusa wasn't in the previous fight. I don't know if this is a new thing. Something. Oh, they can't be customized. Apparently, you can customize some. You can give them new names and portraits.
Ready for orders.
But not these ones. These ones are special. Take a look at the bays. Alright, we have 1 million sea bills. To replace this and that, it's already 72,000. And I'm down 4 jump jets. So I need to put 4 jump jets in. I only have 2. I could put in another medium laser. Nope, I can't. Oh, because I only have room for 2 lasers. That makes sense. Alright, check the store. Can I buy more jump jets? Yes, they're relatively cheap.
New equipment available.
Okay, so there we go. There's our 2 jump jets. Okay, 74,000. It'll take 15 days to finish it up. Go for it. And we'll repair you for 9,000. Okay. So the Vindicator will be done 3 days after the Spider. Let's actually get the Vindicator done first, just to be sure. So the Spider will be done in 18 days. The Vindicator will be done in 3.
Greetings, Commander. Come on in.
I don't really need to check the hiring hall because I have more pilots than mechs right now anyway. So you can purchase parts of mechs. I need 3 of the same thing to make 1 of these. So I need 3 archers, and I can't even afford 1. 3 archer parts, I suppose. And also there's only 1 in stock. And I didn't actually get any salvage or anything from that last fight. So there's basically nothing I can get here. There is some improved autocannon 5 over the base. Plus 10 stability damage. That might actually be worth grabbing. just to have. Or I'll just wait. Okay, yeah, I'll wait. Anyway, so the next thing to do is to come here, check our contracts. It's going to pay at most $226,000, which is good because that'll put us back up to about what we had before I had to repair all that stuff. This is the other half of the game, managing your stuff. You want to try to get through a mission with as little damage as possible because it costs freaking money to repair your stuff. So anyway, for now, I'm going to call this an episode because it's been a long one. I'll probably go shorter. I'll probably just do like a little bit of chatting with people. You can chat with them. And learn more about them and stuff, which I will do. And then I'll do, probably do a contract, that sort of thing. That'll be an episode, if I continue the series. So, if you enjoyed, let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.